Everyone, this is Chapel Keep coming at you from Minecraft. Remember, please, folks, please like and subscribe to this channel if you like to see if you like seeing what I'm doing, and if you'd like me to keep making videos, I'd really appreciate any likes and subscribes I can get. Um, I know a lot of people have watched my kelp video, and well, I'm hoping maybe this one will be almost as successful. So what this video is about is a long-term storage solution. So the idea is that, let's say you've just dug the big hole that I've got below me, and you've got a ton of cobblestone and everything else, and you just don't want to start stacking chests along a wall and then keep stacking and stacking and stacking, because, well, let's be honest, it looks ugly after a while, right? So this is a way to kind of do it with using chest mine carts. So the idea is that you have a chest that you keep handy by your hopper that tells you everything that's in your system. So let's say kelp. So we can grab a piece of kelp, we come over here, we put the piece of kelp in here, and it's going to go, and then what we're going to see happen is it triggers this, which then pops all of the storage mine carts off, and one at a time they get pushed through here. This hopper tries to insert the item into the mine cart. If it's successful, it'll fire this redstone circuit, which then turns this rail to go out to the where you're standing. So if we sit here and wait long enough, you'll see it trigger, and one more second here. Well, apparently I do not have kelp in the system. Well, that is not good. So let's go ahead and let's just put a powered rail into the system, and you'll see they got pushed over again, and now it's looking for the powered rail. So it's working. Boom. And if we come down here and look at this, look at that. We found our powered rail storage locker. Now there are some caveats. All slots must be filled in the minecart. You can't have any empty slots, because if they're empty, then the system will be able to insert into it, and it could be the wrong chest of items, and you would get the wrong items back. So what I like to do is leave a half stack in the last slot. That way it'll always come back to me. The other thing is if you send there is a situation where if you don't let the machine finish looping through them before you send the cart back, there's potential that you'll get a jam up right here where it's still sifting through mine carts and they collide here, and you'll have to manually fix it. Other than that, the system is pretty reliable. You can just sit there and say, well, I want some items, and let's say I want the purple thing. I never actually paid attention to what it's called. Oh, it's a purple pillar. So we throw the purple pillar in, and voila, they start going through one at a time. Now, I'm not 100% happy with this build, but it does work. And we should have our purple pillars here shortly. And look at this. Here are our purple pillars. So the idea is that this is your long-term storage. Long-term storage in technology terms is typically not very fast. It's meant to store lots of items, not necessarily the quickest. So as the system scales up, it is an end search. That means that for every minecart with chests in it, the system's going to get a little bit slower. So I haven't quite tested this with like 1,000 chests, minecart chests in there. I'm sure it would get a little bit slower, but the idea is if you have 1,000 chests in there and you're storing them in, well, this little footprint, I'd say that's pretty effective. So we can send this back. So let's talk about this. So I'm going to make a video later this week that's going to show you how to build this if I find it being reliable. But just overall, so what we have is we have this hopper run, and this is where you put the item you want to find. It comes down here, comes across, and goes into this hopper. When an item hits this hopper, it fires this comparator, which then shoots this piston down, which comes over to here. This logic, because if there's an item in the hopper, that piston will be constantly engaged. What this does is turns that that solid pulse into a single pulse, a one tick pulse, and sends it over to here to this piston. Now this piston has a piece of rail on top of it. I believe it's powered rail. So what happens is it pushes this block up, which then makes the rail parallel to this powered rail, which then kicks the mine carts over to here. The mine carts come over to here, they fall down into the hole on top of this slime, on top of a piston, sticky piston with a slime block on top. This is set to fire, and there is actually a coordination that you got to hit with these. So this pushes the block, the mine cart up, and then this one shoots it out onto here, comes around. This hopper tries to do the insert. Oh, it can do the insert. It comes here, triggers this knot, which then runs across to here, which turns the long pulse into a single pulse again. And we come out through here, and it will then turn this rail to go this way, which then sends the minecart with chest to you. And like, that's it. I mean, it's not as complex. Mine seems to be a little bit more simpler than his. This is how I did these two pistons. I just basically have these hoppers all pointing to each other, and they're rotating an item. Every time they rotate an item, they fire this comparer. This comparer comes in and fires this redstone line, which lights up this torch, and I have a no tick delay here, but remember, each torch takes one tick to light up, so it's actually a 1 2 3 4 5 tick delay. And then over here I have a 2 tick delay, so it comes in here, 2 ticks, it fires this piston, and then at the same time, so 1 2, so 3 ticks later, compared to this piston fires, which shoots the minecart out. Folks, it's not hard. Now, you can't be in a rush with the system if you try to request more than one item at once. I'm not sure what will happen. I doubt it will work. But I'm going to keep working on this until I can get it smooth. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. Tell me if it's worth investing more time in, or should I just scrap this one to the redstone heap and call it a day. I really need a storage solution because I'm starting to run out of storage again, and I'm getting tired of looking at all the chests on my wall. So hopefully this type of solution, where I can just put an item in here and say, hey, find me it. I mean, not often do I need to pull stuff out of long-term storage, but it is nice to be able to just say, oh, there's long-term storage, grab what I need, and when I'm done, I would just, if it's empty, I would destroy it and take it off the track. If it was full, I would just, if it still had items, say I just needed a stack out of it, I would come here, replace it with one, take the stack, and then send it back up the line and back into the storage. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to show you how to build this. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And once again, this is Chapel Keep. If you like what I'm doing and want to keep watching me do this type of stuff, please like and subscribe to my channel. You all have a great night and take care.